Good morning. Patrick Franz, physical and financial fitness, of course, live here on YouTube. Good morning. Good morning, Andy. How are you, buddy? You got a busy day today? Awesome. Awesome, brother. Good to have you on here. How's it going with you in the diet, man? How's the food? How's the food stuff going on, man? Usually the hardest part for everybody is the food thing. But I know after a while, it does get easier. Let's see here. It's fun when stuff starts to become a habit, huh? At first, the first week we were doing stuff, tell me if I'm wrong. The first week of working out, the first week of trying to change your diet and everything, it's tough. It's like ridiculous. It's like it's never going to happen. Now it's been like 30, what, 31 days? Well, is that what it is? I don't even know what day it is, man. But need more protein and find something as I get hungry. So that feeling of hunger is like the calorie deficit portion of it. Let me see if I can get this mic on. Is this mic working good today? Give me an A-OK on the old sound if this microphone's working. Does my mic sound okay? Yeah, okay. Good. I don't know, one time, like last week, if you remember, I put it on, I sounded like I was in like a tunnel or something. It was really weird. It's crazy how technology decides to act different just on its own whenever. Isn't that crazy? It's like I can do the same thing, same setup, not do anything different. Uh, when I come out here in the mornings, same damn routine. And sometimes the stuff works and sometimes the stuff doesn't. Isn't that crazy? So couple things. Oh, oh no. Oh no. I think I just heard Dexter's little bus drive by. Oh no. I think I did. Couple pointers for you on the food stuff, Andy. Um, so there's a couple different things I do for that. One is a protein shake. I get naked protein powder. I put 1 tablespoon. I put 4 scoops of naked protein powder. It comes in different flavors. I put 4 scoops of naked protein powder and about a tablespoon of peanut butter and a little squirt of honey. And that ends up being a good snack that you can gulp down and handles a bit of the sweet tooth as well, because I have a sweet tooth. You can't have peanut butter. Got you. So don't worry about the peanut butter. I just put peanut butter in there because it has the fats. It has like a certain amount of fats and oils, you know what I mean? But if it's no peanut butter, then whatever flavor you like. Do you like do you like vanilla? Do you like chocolate, strawberry, those kinds of things? It ends up being like a shake, like a milkshake if you do it uh if you do it right. It's fairly good tasting, but it's not going to be like a milkshake, of course, but it kind of fools you into thinking you're drinking a milkshake. So um yeah, yeah. So any flavor then. Any flavor then. They have like vanilla and chocolate and strawberry and all sorts of stuff, right? So you can go on like to Amazon and order naked protein. I get a jar that's like I get a jar that's probably like this big. It's like 5 pounds or something. But so I use naked protein powder. The reason I use naked protein powder is because even though there's a billion protein powders on the market, the ingredients in some of these protein powders. I mean, you might as well just drink a milkshake from McDonald's. So Naked Protein Powder is the brand I use. It's super clean, and then you can add things in there according to and you can put as many scoops of protein as you want, and that's how much protein intake you're gonna get if you drink that shake. It's how many scoops of protein you put in there. Um, and then put anything else in there. But I'm just saying be light on sugars and things like that. Of course, we're trying to be healthy. So I put in there things um, that kind of go along with the flavor. So I get chocolate peanut butter protein powder. I put a little peanut butter in there and so forth. So, like any type of flavor you want, but you can put things in there that add either carbs or add fats, or you don't have to put a damn thing in there. You just mix the 4 scoops of protein powder and put ice cubes and some water, blend it, bang it down. So that is kind of twofold, actually, for me. It's kind of like twofold. One piece of it is that you get that extra protein, and I get 50 grams of protein, 50 grams of protein when I drink that protein shake. That's well, no, maybe I get more than that. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly how much protein I get. It's a lot though. Just put it that way. You get a fair swoop of protein with that protein shake. And it's kind of like I said, solves a little sweet tooth thing like I like. So you can do one of those in the mornings if you don't like to eat solid food too early. Um, I do fasted workouts, just so you know. So with my schedule, I do in the morning time, I drink, and you might want to try this too. I've begun doing it just in the last, I began doing it in the last just couple of days, actually. Just the last couple of days I've done it. But first thing I do in the morning, right when I wake up, when I get downstairs to the kitchen, the first thing that I do is I drink like 12 ounces of clean water. But in that water, I put a pinch, a pretty fair size pinch, quite a bit actually, but a pretty fair size pinch of Celtic sea salt. There's a certain type of salt that I get that's pure natural salt, but I put a big pinch of sea salt in there. I put about a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar in there. Yeah, there you go. So do this right when you wake up. It'll really help your gut health, and it'll help your belly and your immune system, and all sorts of benefits to it. Um, but 12 ounces of clean water, a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, half of a lemon that's just squeezed, so half of a lemon worth of lemon juice, um, and cinnamon. Although that seems weird. A couple dashes of cinnamon, and mix it up really well with a stir stick, with an electric stir stick, and just pound it down. Go, 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 go. So that water is going to rehydrate you because we go through a lot of hydration and we get dehydrated at night while we sleep. So you get that hydration. The half of a squeezed lemon plus the apple cider vinegar and the sea salt will regulate your belly and help with your digestion, and pretty much sets your day off to be successful burning fat and dealing with the foods that you dump into your body. Um, it helps for the whole rest of your day. So I do that to be hydrated in the morning, and I do that for my gut health and my belly help me for the rest of the day. It's that 12 ounces of water, big large pinch of sea salt, squeeze of a half a lemon of lemon juice, and cinnamon. As a matter of fact, I just did that before I came out to the garage. So that's another good pointer that'll help you throughout the day. Uh, Tastes kind of gnarly because the apple cider vinegar, but we get it down. It's crazy how you start doing things for a purpose and not so much pleasure anymore. I'm not eating just purely for taste like I was. Now I get to eat for purpose, which is pretty cool. It's pretty wild, huh? How do you remember at first when I was doing these YouTube lives, Andy? Do you remember in the beginning there was like those little troll haters and people that would pop on? All of a sudden my numbers would go from like a couple people, it would go boop, 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 and I'd have like 13 people on here, and then it would go back down. YouTube was showing my live to strangers. I went to the masters, bro. I came back and it doesn't work anymore. It's really frustrating. I don't know why. I've been consistent again, but YouTube is not showing this video really to anybody. It's only people that I invite to it. Only people that I invite to it that show up. So YouTube's kind of like put me on blockage jail or something like that. Isn't that weird? Huh. I don't know why either. It's wild. Yeah, it's wild. And I work out fasted. So like I the last food that I ate, what do the marketing team say? Oh, I haven't even talked to him about this live yet. I haven't even talked to him about this live yet. You know what I can do though? Let me see. Hang on, I'm gonna it'll just go off. All right. All right. We back. All right. Sorry about that. We are back. Are you still here, Andy? It shows that I have 0 participants, but oh. All right, cool, cool, cool. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Fantastic. Uh, did you work out already, Andy? Have you worked out today? Or do you ever work out with me, or are you always busy working during my workouts? Remember we talked about, oh, it was like you said, maybe sometime this week or next week that you'd maybe want to just do a workout with me. I remember that. And we're going to do the 15-pound dumbbells and just do a whole entire workout with those 15s. That'll be cool. That'll be fun. All beforehand. Oh, very cool. Normally when I get up, awesome. It's a good routine to have. I can help you with some of your workouts too if you want. You know what? I'm going to close that door. It is actually like a little chilly in here, believe it or not. Ooh, a little chilly willy in here this morning. Goodness. Yeah, that's same, same. I like to do it. I like to do it first thing in the morning as well. Good morning. How you doing? Welcome in. Say what's up. Say hi when you pop in. We're just getting our workout in. We're about to get started. We're Andy and I were just chatting it up a little bit. Uh, but today we're gonna do uh, because I walked 18 holes of golf yesterday, and let me tell you something, man. It was a harder walk yesterday than normal for some reason. My right knee really was killing me, and it was a little swollen at the end of the round, and my back was a little sore. And I walked 18 holes yesterday afternoon. When I got out of golf, I had to go straight to my daughter's school barbecue thing and was on my feet until like 8 o'clock at night. So I had a rough one on my back and my legs yesterday. So people that don't think I do leg day, okay? I do leg day. I do legs in the gym here sometimes, but I walk 18 holes like twice a week, and like it's almost all that my legs can handle with all my injuries. But if you just popped in and you're coming on, say what's up. I love saying hi to you in the morning. So let me know who you are and who's popping in. Today we're gonna do a workout that includes all the fun stuff. Kind of just gonna repeat Monday's workout. I felt like Monday's workout was really good on my chest. And what I forgot was, even though we're what now in day 30 of the 60-day six-pack challenge, August, what's up, man? Good morning, brother. Good morning, dude. Good to see you, August. I love it. I love it, bro. So yeah, today we do and sometimes August, like I want to motivate people to get in their best physical shape. So if you ever want to work out, August, if you want like a workout partner, brother, um, I do this every morning, 6:45 to 8 a.m. I'm usually busting a pretty simple workout that doesn't require a lot of equipment. I'm sitting on like a rickety bench I bought for like $100, and then I have some dumbbells and stuff. But just getting in some good shape. So if you want to hang out, and always feel free to ask questions, chime in. It's fun to have conversation back and forth with people because that's what we're doing here on this channel from 6:45 to 8 a.m. anyways. On my YouTube channel, we just motivate each other to get in the best physical shape and the best financial shape we can possibly be in, and we go back and forth and we can talk about it. People ask me questions about diet, workout routine, and investing. right? Cash flow, notes, all that good stuff. So I'm just here as a kind of live, raw Q&A. We work out in my garage gym. We call it the dungeon, and we talk fitness and finance. So that's what we do here. Today, we're going to do this workout that I usually like to do on Mondays, but um, we worked out our biceps, and my golfer's elbow's trying to come back as well, Andy, which is lame. My right elbow has like a problem with it, but we work through that. Today we do the Monday workout. So it's going to be all pushing exercises, pretty much all the exercises that men normally like to do that build your shoulder width, your tricep, which is the largest part of your arm muscles, to get that, like, looks good in a t-shirt kind of look. Shoulders and chest, right? We always want to have nice pecs and stuff like that. And then we're going to wrap it up and we're going to do a bunch of leg lifts today because we're halfway through the 60-day six-pack challenge and we're just trying to stick to the diet, maybe strengthen our ab muscles a little bit and see exactly how good we can look, see exactly how energetic we can feel, see exactly what new habits, new healthier habits we can create for ourselves. And all these things happen in a 60-day time period if you just stick to it. So we're doing that. I have my 12 ounces of water, lemon, apple cider vinegar, and cinnamon. Boom. There you go, Andy. So we were talking about first thing we do when we wake up is we rehydrate ourselves because while we sleep, we lose a lot of hydration. We get dehydrated while we sleep. So in the morning, we rehydrate. And what we do with this hydration drink first thing in the morning is that we do 12 ounces of water, 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, half of a lemon squeezed, so half of a lemon worth of juice, and cinnamon. And you mix it up and you drink it. It doesn't taste the best. The cinnamon helps a little bit, but it doesn't taste the best. But you drink that down, and what it does is it rehydrates you, but it also cures your gut health and it helps you to digest and helps your immune system the rest of the day. So it's a really good thing to do first thing in the morning. Your body's very receptive, and you rehydrate and get your day started. Hey, Curtis, what's up, man? Good morning. How are you? Good to see you on here, brother. So we're gonna get right to it, but here, kind of, I wanted to talk about a subject today that I kind of remembered about a little bit with my father. Right, my father's passed and been passed for a while now, but when my dad was alive, a lot of people don't know my dad was a bodybuilding coach before influencers and before bodybuilding coaches were even a thing. Um, my dad was a bodybuilding coach. He ran the gymnasium at San Diego State University for 42 years and taught musculoskeletal physiology in college and weight training. So my dad was all about weight training. He was like Mr. St. Louis in 1961 and all this other stuff. He has trophies. Some of these trophies that are up here, by the way, some of these trophies that are right up here are my dad's trophies from winning bodybuilding competitions and stuff like that. So one of the things that my dad had as a philosophy, and again, kind of prior to the fitness influencer era, and prior to like even Tony Robbins, right? For many years, my dad had a philosophy, and he used to call it one more rep. Do one more rep. And what his philosophy was that is most people, 90% of people, decide to quit right when things get just a little bit difficult. So that's most people, 9 out of 10 people. Human beings are creatures of comfort, and we look for the easiest route, the path of least resistance, so on and so on. And so, generally, when we're pushing ourselves to do something physically in the gym, working out, financially, where we're pushing forward to get to a new level, whatever it may be, people actually stop and quit right when things get a little bit hard or difficult. And my dad's philosophy came from the gym because he was a bodybuilding instructor and very much into physical fitness. And so he thought that people that had the nicest physiques or people that were the strongest in the gym at a high level, those people got there because they were willing to do one more rep, one more repetition, one more push when things got hard. So that's something we'll talk about today. We'll talk about that subject and a little bit about my dad's background, and we'll pump out some shoulders and some chest, and we'll get to it. And you guys can participate. I always kind of keep my eye on the comments, but the idea is this theory of doing one more rep. That means just pushing one more than most people would do. One more time, other people would have quit already. Well, just the one more rep, my dad's thought process, right? One more rep in every exercise you do, one more rep every day, every week, every month. He said, just that extra repetition that you're doing more so than other people would do when they would quit. He said, when you do that one more repetition, it adds up. So, how many more repetitions would you have done throughout the year than the person who quit and didn't do that one extra? So, that was my dad's theory. And it has a lot of carryover to the rest of life and business, relationships, how you are as a father, and also in the gym. But that push, that one extra push, that pushing yourself just a one more rep more than most people in a consistent on a consistent basis, going the extra mile on a consistent basis really adds up. And at the end of the year, you have compiled quite a bit of uh, extra effort, I guess you could say. You've compiled quite a bit of extra effort. And those people that put in those extra reps get extra results. So that's what we'll talk about today. And we're going to get to doing some working outs. And so it's good to have you guys on. And we talk physical and financial fitness here every day, 6:45 to 8 a.m. while we bust a workout. So you can work out with me. You can just chat it up and we can have some fun Q&A time. So yeah. I don't know if Curtis has ever been on here before. I'm not sure, but Curtis may be new to the show, but I know we had Andy, we had August on here. So let me know who's still on. My YouTube's kind of acting quirky lately, so sometimes I can't see how many participants are on there and it drops for some reason. YouTube's acting a little quirky, so stay in communication if you can. If you're working out, I get it, just work out. But if you have communication, if you have the ability to text on your phone or your computer, wherever you're watching from, then yeah, chat it up with me. What do you think about that theory? Curious to know what you think about that theory. Simple, simple, but yet impactful, shall we say. Curtis, all right on, man. Referred over by Justin Streeper. Very cool, brother. So, yeah, if you have any ideas of questions you have about how you can better yourself physically, get in better shape, fitness wise, or financially, and that's why Streeper and Dexter and some of the trucker fellers and some of the guys who are friends with Dexter come on the show because we teach people about how to get some passive cash flow. And NJ's on. What's up, NJ? How you doing? Good morning. Glad to have you on. NJ's over there in Wyoming. How's the weather where you guys are all at? San Diego's back to beautiful. We're gonna have 70 degrees and sunny today. You know how that is. San Diego's kind of fun. But yeah, Andy was just saying the other day. Andy was just saying the other day that he had tornado siren warnings, and folks were saying they had snow. I'm like, damn, dog, you guys need to come out to San Diego. You know what I'm saying? Um, oh, Andy, there you have it. Nice. It's so weird, some of the weather around the United States. Andy goes from cold and tornado warnings, and he's like, well, today now it's going to be 65 today. Nice day. Crazy how the weather fluctuates. Yeah. Springtime in Illinois. Yeah. That's one of the things about San Diego is that we have factually, as a matter of fact, we have some of the highest temperature fluctuation in a 24-hour time period out here in San Diego, California. It's kind of interesting. So I'm just saying the highest temperature fluctuation in one day. But that's because it can get fairly cold at night, right? It can get into the 40s or the 50s at night and then be 80 degrees in the day, right? And that's unique about this area. Other parts of the United States, we laugh and we say other parts of the United States are either always hot or always cold. You know what I mean? And you don't have this like 40 or 50-degree temperature swing between the day and the night. So kind of unique the way the weather is around the United States. But finally sunny, NJ. All the snow melted. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's so crazy. I can't even fathom saying that. All the snow melted. It's pretty cool though. It feels like summertime. It's like so. It's weird when you guys are saying stuff like that, NJ. When you're saying like, "Oh, the snow melted," and Andy's like tornadoes, and I look outside and it's like 70 degrees and sunny all the time. It's it's weird. You don't fathom real winter and stuff like that out here in San Diego. And people, you guys talk about where you're at and some of this weather, and I'm like, right now, I thought it was like summer already. Snow just melted. I thought it was summer. That's just the San Diego. That's just the San Diego in me. Overcast and 60 outside. Oh, you're out there in Philly. Right on. Golf courses here are just opening up. Yes. Oh, that's the best news. Oh, hell yeah. But that's also something I could not handle. Do you know that? There's no way I could live somewhere where golf is only seasonal. You can only play golf outside for like 6 months of the year. Nope. I'd be on the Greyhound bus to somewhere. Let me tell you. Which, by the way, is what my father did with talking about my father's philosophy today. That's exactly what my father did. My father was in St. Louis, Missouri, and was born and raised in St. Louis, Missouri. Went to Washington University out there, and ended up writing. My dad wrote a paperback book on working out. And back then in the 60s or whenever that book was written, no one worked out. It was not popular. There was not 24-hour fitnesses on every corner. It was like you were kind of a weirdo if you were bodybuilding or working out back then. People thought you were a little strange. So my dad was sort of back when people were setting the tone for what we all are today, fitness wise, and thinking about our physical fitness and that. My dad was one of those trend setters way back then. People thought he was weird, but he wrote this paperback book on working out to help people, understand how to do proper exercises, how to work chest, arms, legs, all that stuff. My dad wrote this paperback book. Well, the San Diego State University athletic department that they were starting back then, when San Diego State was like 3 or 4 buildings, um, they called my dad on the phone in St. Louis, Missouri. They call my dad on the phone and they say, "Hey, how would you like to come out to San Diego, California and work at the university out here, San Diego State University? You come out to San Diego and you help us build this athletic department out here. It seems like you know a lot about physical fitness and being in good physical shape. And we're starting an athletic department out here at San Diego State University. Would you like to come out?" Well, you know damn well what my dad did. So 1964, my dad jumped in. My dad sold all of his stuff, bought a Corvette, put a suitcase with clothing in the back of the Corvette, and left St. Louis and said, "Er," and he took Route 66 all the way from St. Louis, Missouri to San Diego, California in his Corvette with a suitcase full of clothing in the back, had nothing, and came out here and said, "Hell yeah, I'll work at San Diego State," and moved to San Diego out here from Missouri. I'm out. And he never looked back. So that's how I was lucky enough to be a San Diego kid. Uh, Otherwise, I'd have been St. Louis, Missouri kid. You know what I'm saying? Uh, you were actually able to go for a run. Epic. Not far, but you went? Okay, cool. So NJ's saying she went for a run even though the snow just melted. Uh, so you thought you were able to have the day off today, but nope, you were called in 10 minutes ago. And of course, I can't say no to more money. No, you go get that money. You go get that money. Andy, you get 5 months of golf starting now. Okay, well that's cool. We're gonna have to get together one of these days for a round of golf, Andy, somehow, some way. I'm glad you're out there able to run. Taylor, what's Taylor saying? What's up, Taylor? Taylor said, "Oh no, oh no, what happened?" Taylor said, "Oh no." All right, so let's just get to doing some working out, anyways. How's that, fellers? But this theory of my father of doing one more rep, okay? One more rep, meaning you just push one more rep, you just do one more repetition when most people would have quit. And that one more repetition, then you do a little bit, you do a little extra, more than 90% of other people, because 90% of other people quit when things get hard. Well, if things get hard and you push through and do one more repetition, my dad says over time that accumulates and compounds. And the compounding effect of how many extra repetitions that you're able to do within a year's time, you will drastically surpass and outpace most people that are trying to accomplish the same goals you're trying to accomplish. What do you guys think about that? What's your take on that theory? What do you think about that theory? You think if you just do one more extra repetition in life, push a little bit harder than 90% of people, do you think that over time, cumulatively, you'll have better results than they will? Question. What do you think? Curious. And mind you, my father never pushed that theory into finances for himself. My dad wasn't much of an investor or anything like that, but he sure changed a lot of lives. My father taught over 42,000 students at San Diego State University, and I'll still run into people today that say, "Man, your dad changed my life. Man, your dad was the most influential teacher coach I ever had." Pretty cool, but never really did much with finances. But what do you think about that theory my dad had? If you do one more rep than most people, over time, those extra reps you do are going to get you greater success than most that would quit when things get hard. What do you think about that theory? Very curious to know what you think. Do you guys ever get a crick in your neck where, like, you can't turn your head all the way? You kind of have to turn your shoulders too. I feel like I kind of got one of those cooking. Never a good thing. Hang on one second. All right. I'm back. Oh, you're still going to the chiropractor to sort your neck out? So you get it. I don't know if it's the way we sleep or what, but it is quite interesting that as we get a little bit older, um, you could get injured sleeping. Isn't that weird? Swear you wake up and you go, dude, what did I do? Did I fall down a cliff in a dream or something, but it actually hurt for real? Too funny. Too funny. I got a new subscriber. Um, my buddy Zach, he's a new subscriber on my YouTube channel, but I don't know if he popped on this or not. Had 4 displaced ribs in your upper back? That's crazy, man. Wild. 4 displaced ribs. It just seems weird, right? How do you displace a rib, especially 4 of them? You must have had a hell of a sleep that night. That's funny. Ugh. 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 Good morning. Hi, Bethany. Did we talk weight check in yet this morning? We did not talk weight check in yet this morning. I didn't even weigh myself this morning. So we did not even mention that. But maybe you weighed yourself and that's why you want to mention it. I don't know. Say, Andy, it was the wife, Andy. That's so funny. That's so funny. One more rep, Curtis agrees with. It coincides with 1% better every day theory. Yes, it does, Curtis. It absolutely does. Good point. It absolutely does. It is the same theory. It is the same theory. That's why I kind of wanted to see if you would get that or not. So I'm pretty glad that you actually came up and said that, Curtis, because it is exactly that. you know, um, People say get 1% better every day. The thing is, if we just continue to do the same and the comfort and we reside in our comfort zone, we don't get 1% better every day. People stay the same, right? People stay the same for a very long time. Matter of fact, obviously people can digress. People can go backwards. People could start putting on body fat, losing muscle tone, being more unhealthy, right? So you can digress. So people either digressing and getting more unhealthy with repeating bad habits, or they're just staying the same. And to push it and to get your body to react and to change and like go through this metamorphosis, it has to be shocked. You have to give it something different. And so that's what we help each other do here. Let's see. Well, I weigh daily, and yesterday I was 3 pounds heavier than today. So just thought I'd share for interesting, see how much your weight fluctuate from day to day. Yeah, good point. Good point. So Bethany's saying your weight can fluctuate quite a bit from day to day. And so when you are on a fitness journey, like a 60-day challenge, and in the middle of that challenge, maybe you're up 2 pounds from yesterday, and you're going, "Oh man, that's defeating," and you're going, "Oh, I thought I was supposed to be losing weight." You are, but you do fluctuate. So bodies do fluctuate. You can go what I think a good fluctuation is what 2 to 3 pounds, 2 to 3 pounds, I guess, depending on somebody's size. But for me, right, I'm 165 pounds, and my weight can fluctuate 2 to 3 pounds in a day easily. Yeah, Bethany says 3 to 5 pounds. Yeah, so it can fluctuate. Don't you see, guys, why I talk about physical and financial fitness together? Have you ever seen what the stock market or the cryptocurrency market charts look like? You may be on your way to good returns. You may be on your way to getting increased, to doing better. You may be on your way to profits. But the whole thing on your way there, it certainly is not just a straight line, is it? It's like that's the same thing with physical fitness. There is fluctuation. There ain't no doubt about it. Women are worse because we have you have our monthly cycle, you have the hormonal shifts. And so bigger fluctuation with women is totally normal. Agreed. Agreed. And women do carry more body fat in certain areas for sure. We're different builds, men and women. And also too, men seem to have a faster reaction when they change diet and when they start working out. Um, they see faster results usually than women do. Has a lot to do with testosterone and things that are designed to burn body fat and build muscle within our own bodies. Men obviously have more testosterone, things like that. But yeah, so as for women, the weight can shift a little bit more than in men. So, oops, I got to take you guys in here and grab something. I forgot something, but so it's a good philosophy anyhow. But get 1% better every day is what Curtis was saying. You guys have pillars in the living room of your house. Isn't that weird? It's not like necessarily in the front entryway of my house. It's like literally like in between the living room and the dining room. Look at this. Isn't this weird? Who has pillars in their living room? We were laughing too because we went to a mansion where they had real pillars that were made out of like marble in their house. And Bethany and I were laughing because ours are like, I said, ours are made out of paper mache. It's so funny. Classic. All right. Back to it. It's the truth though, isn't it, Beth? It's funny. I'm gonna get some of that I'm gonna get some of that wallpaper. I'm gonna get some of that wallpaper and I'm gonna wrap our pillars so that they look like marble. That's so funny. What do you guys think about having a pool table in your house? I'm about to get rid of mine. We never play it and it takes up all the space in my room, family room. I was thinking to get rid of that pool table. We've been talking about it forever and do something different with that room in the front of the house. Unfortunately, the pool table does give it like a cool mystique, right? That's why I have it there. And it is fun to play pool every now and again, but we don't use it at all. It just sits there. It becomes a junk collector, putting things on top of it as a tabletop, which is not good for a pool table, as you know. What do you guys think? Keep the pool table for the ambiance of it in the front entryway of the house when people come in, or get rid of the damn pool table and do something different with the family in that room. What do you think? We'll take a vote. Oh, I know that team over there, Beth. August and team was on here. Taylor was going to pop on. Those are the guys that are marketing for the NIU. So them cool cats were coming on here. I don't know where they went, but they might have been on for a minute. Who's still on here, by the way? It says I have 4 people on here. So I know it's Andy, Bethany, and I don't know if it's Curtis. I don't know if NJ had to leave already. So I don't even know who's on here. Chime in, say what's up. I know Andy and Bethany are on here. Who else is on? There's 2 other people on. Who's still hanging? Ah. One more rep. It's awesome. Oh, cool, Curtis. Yeah, I'm glad you're here, brother. What did Streeper tell you when Streeper told you to come check this show out, Curtis? Why did he tell you to come check it out? Oh, NJ, what's up? No worry. Oh yeah, NJ's weight goes up and down, up and down. Feel like it takes forever to go down. Yeah, but it's going down, isn't it, NJ? It's going down. And I'm telling you guys, listen, I know this sucks, but when you're trying to cut weight, you're trying to lose body fat, the diet is the most important factor. Okay. Exercise and cardio and running and all those things certainly help. You burn calories with activity, right? But man, I'm telling you, what you're putting into your body as the fuel over a 30 or 60-day time period is the game changer in how much weight you can lose and what kind of results you can see. So be very weary throughout the day for the next 30 days, right? We're halfway through the 60-day six-pack challenge. So I created some crazy challenge in my mind, Curtis, where I said I'm going to try to take, and in 60 days, I'm going to try to get a six-pack abs, like I had when I was younger, when I was like 19, because I haven't had a six-pack abs in ages. And so we challenged ourselves to get on this 60-day six-pack challenge. And I had a couple people like NJ and Andy and my wife, Bethany, do it with me. And so we were all talking about our results and our workouts and dieting and stuff like that. Normally, more heavily right now. Generally, my channel is mostly about finance. I'm just working out myself and I talk to people about finances. So, yeah, mortgage notes. That's why they put you onto me. Yeah, for sure. Oh, you were on the last one. You caught the tail end of what would you do with $1 million? Nice. Okay, cool. I'm guessing that's all I'm going to lose these next 30 days. Hey, no, NJ. Yeah, no, NJ. We can really, really tear it up these next 30 days. The compounding effect's going to be taking place. If we kind of up our regiment, we work out hard, we stick through it, and really focus on the diet portion for the next 30 days, we'll see some drastic results. It's crazy to see some before and after pictures. HBJ's here. What's up, HBJ? What's going on, man? HBJ was one of the OGs. HBJ was on here when I was first started doing my YouTube live. HBJ disappeared for a while, but he's back, man. That's awesome. Good to see you, HBJ. We're talking about the theory of doing one more rep, pushing a little bit harder than most people would, because most people quit when things get a little bit difficult. Most people quit. So if you don't quit right then when most things get difficult and you push a little harder, maybe even just one extra rep than most people would do, then cumulatively over, say, a year's time, how many more repetitions would you have gotten in the gym than they did? You know? How much buffer can you get? How much more weight could you lose than those people because you're willing to push one extra step, right? One extra step. So that's kind of what we're talking about today. We're going to do some shoulders. We're getting through some shoulder presses. We're going to do some bench presses, kind of a lighter workout today, not too many exercises. But I had one of these goals at the beginning of this year. I said, I want to get a bigger chest. One of the things I wanted to do this year. Um, and so it requires a lot of chest workouts. Okay. So that's what we're doing today. I'm glad you love it, HBJ. It's good to have you back, man. Good to have you back. And Curtis. We will talk about finances anytime you'd like. So if you have questions about notes, if you have questions about cash flow, if you have questions about financial pointers, um, any of those kinds of things, you feel free to just chime into the chat. That's what I'm here for, is to conversate with you guys. Sometimes because you guys aren't too conversational, I have to come up with a subject, to keep me blabbing, because people sometimes just watch this as a show or listen to it while they're driving or whatever. So I can't just shut up and sit here. I have to be a talking head. But if you if you guys have anything that you ever want to talk about, I don't care if I'm talking about fitness and you throw a note or a cash flow question in there or whatever. This is supposed to be designed to be an open Q&A. But if you guys aren't doing the Q's, I can't give you a lot of A's. You know what I'm saying? NJ's laughing. That's a good one. So yeah, the more questions you guys ask in the chat of this live, the better it is for me, because I like to go over what you guys want to hear. Sometimes I feel like if I'm blabbing, some people are like you guys saying, what is he blabbing about? Why is he blabbing about that? So if you guys have something you'd rather have me blab about, you just toss that right there in that old chat and I'll read it and we'll talk about it. You know what I'm saying? But the one more rep theory is just where we went today, because I got to thinking about my dad and his values, and how my dad was always in really good shape, even as he got older into his 50s and 60s. And he had that theory always, which is just do that one extra rep. Don't quit when things get difficult. And of course, as a young boy, he's trying to teach me good life lessons, right? But it sure does work in the gym, doesn't it? I've been starting to get some arms on me. It's been years and years and years since I got myself back in shape, and it's starting to take shape, and I'm really excited about it. Oh, I wanted to tell you, I see you're live on my YouTube homepage today. Since your views went down, I was having to manually search for you. So maybe you're getting out of, oh, you normally have to search for me. So maybe I'm getting out of jail. Oh, oof, that'll be nice. That'll be nice. And it's interesting. It's probably just because Curtis jumped on. He's a newbie. HBJ came back and popped on. And so because a few people, Curtis being new and HBJ came back, and then you guys have stayed on now, and I have, more than one participant hanging out with me. Maybe YouTube is just starting to recognize maybe that it's getting some action again. So what I need to do, guys, is you know what we need to do? I need to get all my good viewers, NJ, Andy, HBJ, Curtis, Streeper, all you guys need to start inviting some people on here that you think may get some value from things we talk about, right? Maybe somebody that needs to get in better shape. Maybe somebody that needs life motivation on how just to do better. Maybe somebody that is looking for more financial intelligence, wants to know about financial structure in life, how to create more cash flow, those kinds of things. Invite them on here, guys, because I do charge people for coaching. Those of you know me, I have a coaching program. So, I charge people money to coach them, but I do this for free every single day, 5 days a week. So, what's up, Dex? Dexter's on now. Do you guys need me to start doing this from 7:30 a.m. Pacific time to 8:30 a.m. Pacific time? Is it a little too early for you guys lately? All right. So we're going to do the last set here, which will be the heaviest set of these shoulder presses. And let me tell you something. This set gets pretty heavy. This set gets pretty heavy. I stack all the weight. Oh, I stack all the weight we can on these power blocks. They're maxed out because I don't have the power blocks that go too heavy. These go to 45 pounds. And Dexter, no, I ain't doing this at 4:30 a.m. I was up at 12:30 a.m. with my crying baby last night. Come on now. Um, so this set gets pretty difficult. Bear with me for a minute. But while I'm doing this set, HBJ, Curtis, anybody else, if you guys have any questions and we want to skip the subject a little bit because we kind of get the theory of what my dad was saying. I just wanted to motivate you guys and because we can end my dad's conversation. But I just want to motivate you guys to understand that theory in life. Curtis said it relates to being just getting 1% better. If you can become 1% better every day, just 1% better than you were yesterday, over time, you become 2, 3, 4, 5x as good or better. Um, oh, was it 3:30? Was it 3:30? I don't know why I thought it was 12:30. Shows you how tired I was. Andy was up at 3:30 a.m. That's just because you're older, Andy. When I get to your age, I'm probably going to wake up at 3:32. No, I'm just kidding. That's awesome. What time do you go to bed at night, Andy? If you were to wake up at 3:30 in the morning, like what time at night are you completely exhausted and just ready to hit it? Like 8 o'clock at night, I would assume. Bethany's asking Andy, did you wake up at 3:30 in the morning on purpose? What the hell? Lights out at 9 p.m. Yeah, I got you. Lights out at 9 p.m. Up at 3:30 in the morning, lights out at 9 p.m. It's a pretty good schedule, dude. No wonder you're a productive guy. It's a pretty good schedule. But my kids aren't even to put to bed until 9 p.m. So from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. is the only time Bethany and I get to like relax and quiet together. And you guys know what time I wake up. I wake up about a half an hour or so before I have to come on this live. So always do it all my life. He's been an early riser. It's a good habit to have, man. I wish I could, and I probably will when my kids get a little bit older for sure. I don't mind waking up early now. I used to be a night owl, and I used to actually be more productive and more energetic at night than I was in the mornings. But that's because of old bad habits. When I started to change and come into good habits, now I wake up with energy in the morning for the most part. All right, bear with me a sec, guys. This is going to be a heavy one. Sorry. Oh, that was that one extra rep. I was ready to quit 1 rep ago. Let me tell you. All right. So that'll blow your shoulders up, y'all. For sure. Ain't no doubt about it. Whew. So if you guys want to start to get like a little V shape in you, right? Where your waist seems smaller than the width of your shoulders. Guys, we want that V shape like that. Then building those shoulders, top and outside of your shoulders, will help to broaden your shoulders up a little bit like that. And all you got to do is have a set of dumbbells. If you guys have the block like I do on this rack right here, which are these adjustable ones, great. But of course, you guys can go to Facebook Marketplace or OfferUp or Craigslist or whatever, and people get into weightlifting and then quit, and they sell things like these little 15-pound dumbbells. Okay, and All you need is a good set of dumbbells, guys, and a little bench or a chair to sit on. And you can knock out a lot of type of exercises. You don't need to have fancy stuff. For sure, you don't need to have fancy stuff. And then, of course, because I have this, well, I have a little bit of space in my garage, not a lot of space in my garage, but I got the Mikolo system that you bolt to the wall right here, and it folds in. Each sides of this folds in, so it makes for a really good setup, guys, where you can have a pull-up bar, bench rack, squat rack, pulley machines, and that was like $600 or something, guys. It wasn't that much money. So I have this little bench adjustable you can get for $100. I have this whole setup that I bolted to the wall for about $600. Of course, you got to have some weights, some plates, and handles and stuff like that. Then just a set of dumbbells, and whether you have regular dumbbells like these ones right down here, or you have stuff like these adjustable power blocks, all you need, guys. And this is actually plenty. You can do a lot with a set of dumbbells. You can do a lot with a set of dumbbells. You don't need much. So this is what we do. That's how we do it. I always make fun and say that I like to keep my garage kind of dirty, kind of dingy, kind of stinky, and kind of messy. Why? Because I got a wife and 2 kids. And this is daddy's space out here. Hey, NJ, have a good day. Go make that money, honey. Go get that money. I know you're trying to enjoy your day off. Snow just melted. Nice day. And NJ gets a call. Got to come to work. But we need that money. Yeah. So go get that money. Go get the monies. I have a theory. I have a theory for you, NJ, before you go. I have a theory for you, NJ, before you go. If you're still here. I have a theory for you. An idea I have. And so I want to talk to you about it. So we need to exchange phone numbers somehow. So however you want to do that, I can give my phone number to your brother on his Instagram, or Bethany can just type it right down here in the chat. Bethany can type my phone number and you can just copy it down right now. But yeah, NJ, I have a conversation over the telephone. I want to talk to you about something. I have an idea, but I want to run it by you and see what you think about the idea. Okay. So if you want my phone number right now, NJ, so you can call me later when you get off work or whatever, Bethany will type my phone number down here in the chat and you can just copy it down. But definitely have to have a phone conversation about something I have on my mind and I want to pick your brain about it. Okay. So it would be over a phone call though. Not a discussion to have online. So let me know what the best way for us to communicate would be. Best way for me to get you my number so you can give me a ring. And you can give me a call when you get off work later because I want to run something by you. What's the best way for you to get my number? Do you want Bethany to just type it in or something so you can copy it down? What do you want to do? Ah. Oh, and by the way, this Olympic bar right here, guys, like an Olympic barbell, this is one of the more expensive items of the gym. A good Olympic bar like that costs you $500 to $1,000. I don't see you chirping, NJ. Are you still here? Do you want to get my number? I want to have a phone conversation with you about something that maybe could be mutually beneficial. So give me a ring, but I need you to get my number. Oh, Andy, gotta go. Gotta call some people for the webinars. Right on, Andy. Very cool. And what's cool, Andy, as well, is um, the marketing fellers that we're working with, Taylor and August and Trey and their team. They're going to be marketing a lot, and if people want to know more about notes, they're going to push them to my webinar. So that'll be another source of pushing some people over there to that webinar on Thursdays. So hopefully we'll have a little bit of extra action coming in after a while. The team just pretty much got started this week. They just got cooking. So That'll be a good thing, right? Is NJ still here? NJ, how do you want to grab my number so we can chat about something later? What happened to everybody? Did everybody disappear? Oh, okay. She's off. All right, that makes sense. That makes sense. No worries then. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, yeah, Andy, we are coordinating everything into Go High Level. It's just that that transfer of our Go High Level system has been taking quite some time, and so we've been bleeding them into Go High Level so that now they will have access to it, and they will start to be inputting their notes and their leads and stuff like that into Go High Level so that everything is all cohesive, and that's happening. So it's working its way out. Right now, they just have some spreadsheets of some leads that Sarah sent them from the Go High Level system. They're probably taking manual notes or typing those notes onto the spreadsheet. And once the system's all updated and everything like that, they're going to take all the work that they've done previously and update it into Go High Level and then get acclimated to the new system moving forward. But we didn't want to stop them from making calls and trying to get some interest. So we sent them some leads from the system and they're just doing it from a spreadsheet at the moment. But it's working its way out. You guys know with technology. Oh, you sent me an email today on how to find out who attends my webinar automatically. Very cool. Very cool. Pitched him yesterday. Who'd you pitch? You said pitched him yesterday. Taylor's on here, Andy. Taylor, the main man, the myth, the legend. Taylor Cox. Who'd you pitch yesterday? Name is Sam. Okay. Cool. Ah, do some benches. We can move the bench back just a tad. We want to get that right level. There you go. You guys know I hurt my shoulder a while back, so these are pretty amazing. And if you don't have a spotter, right? I always work out by myself here in the gym, and I had a really bad shoulder injury. I tore my labrum about a year ago, and it was really bad. I thought I was gonna have like surgery or something on it. That was how bad it was, and I've been able to work through it, but it still scares me. And so this thing here is pretty cool. A little chest strap. If you don't have a spotter and you're working out by yourself, and you just need that extra assistance at the very bottom of the rep, which is where most people get tore up in doing bench press, is at the bottom of the rep there. And this helps, kind of like there's a spotter with you. Get a little stretch in here. Uh, as if you have a spotter there at the very bottom of the rep where the shoulder injuries tend to happen, and it gives you just a little extra push there at the very, very bottom. Not throughout the bench press, which is what I don't want. I don't want assistance throughout the bench press. I don't want to make the weight lighter. Oh yeah, that's really cool. So yeah, Taylor was saying that a gentleman named Sam, they were calling from the lead list yesterday, and then he wanted to come to my webinar tomorrow to learn more about notes and to get a better idea of it. So they sent him over to the webinar, Andy. So we're gonna be pushing some people over to our webinar from their efforts, which is all good. It's all good. It's really just blessing people with the knowledge that there's a different way, an alternative way to build wealth that most people don't even know about. And since most people don't even know about it, people are skeptical in the beginning. If it's not very popularized, then it must not be cool. So we teach people about the paper side of real estate investing. And sometimes they need a lot of extra education, more understanding. It takes a while for it to click with some people. Um, Andy, we'll see you later, buddy. I'll give you a call later if you need me for anything. Let's link up. Let's do some brainstorming. Let's help these marketing guys. I know Andy can be pretty implemental in helping you guys, Taylor. Maybe Taylor and Andy need to get on a phone call at some point today. Andy has been our phone call guy. Andy has called a lot of these leads. Andy's talked to a lot of NIU prospects, had a lot of conversations. Maybe putting Andy and Taylor on the phone together, uh, yeah, can help because Andy's been with us and talking to a lot of our potential customers and clients and things like that for now, what, a year or more, long time. Um, so yeah, see you later, Andy. We'll link you and Taylor up later just so you guys have a conversation. You can update Taylor and his team on kind of your experiences and what kind of objections you run into and what people are saying and the quality of the leads and how many calls you have to go through to actually get somebody on the phone and all that good stuff would be good information to pass on to Taylor and his team since they're going to be taking over a large part of the grunt work with the NIU stuff. Be a good idea. And have a good day, Andy, by the way, buddy. Andy is one of those guys that if you started a business, you were looking to hire some good key employees, people that could really help you build your business and would show up when they say they're going to show up, do what they say that they're going to do, show up when they say they're going to show up. That's Andy. So you want to find yourself an Andy in your business. If you're a business owner, oh, let me tell you, good people hard to find these days, and Andy's sure a good guy. My wrist hurts today. Ouch. Oh, must be school time. Ouch. That one doesn't hurt. That one don't feel good today. I need some padding. My wrist is all messed up from golf too, I guess. Man, golf will tear you up. People think golf is a sissy sport. Let me tell you something. I've played 23 different sports. Everything from baseball, swimming, water polo, pole vault, soccer, you name it. Played it all. Golf is not only one of the hardest sports, most difficult sports, but also if you walk 18 holes and play golf, it takes it out of you physically too. It's a tough sport. You guys ever tried to play golf on here? Who thinks it's the hardest sport in the world and they'd never try it again? Say there's two types of people that play golf. First type of person that plays golf is someone who gives it a shot, thinks it's the most difficult thing on the planet. They cannot do it and they quit and they'll never touch a golf club again. The only other type of golfer there is somebody who tries it and realizes the challenge of it and is up for the challenge. And then now you have a golf addict for the rest of life. Golf's a hell of a drug, I guess we could say. Golf's a hell of a drug. Quite addicting. Too funny. Oh yeah, and another thing too, like Taylor. I don't know if August is still on here or whatever, but Taylor, we talked about it, but you could even invite people on here as quirky as it is for me to be like, tank top and her shirt off and gym working out in the gym and stuff like that. But on here live in the mornings, I do this for free and people can literally pop any questions they want into the chat and I just answer them live. So if people have questions about notes and want to pick my brain for absolutely free, they can just come on here and support the YouTube live in the mornings. So there's a couple different avenues where we can help people, right? Hopefully this will help my right wrist this time. One more side of these benches, but yeah, you guys can invite people on here that want to learn about note investing and it's open Q&A. People like Curtis should know they can pop any questions they want and I'll answer them. Taylor's probably on a call. Fun stuff. So here's what we're going to do, guys. I'm just going to motivate you guys to do one more rep, motivate you guys to push One more rep, push a little extra hard because most people quit. 90% of people quit when things first get a little difficult. You got more in you. Most people have more in them. But as creatures of comfort, human beings love to call it quits when it gets a little bit difficult. So, right when things get a little bit difficult, if you think to yourself, I'm going to do one more rep, it was my father's philosophy, which, as Curtis said, it goes along with becoming just 1% better every day. And if we strive for that, the compounding effect can be quite immense. Just in a year or two's time, you can far surpass other people that are competing with you in the same playing field. So come back here 6:45 to 8 a.m. in the mornings, Pacific time on YouTube. I'm here to help you and motivate you to become better financially and to become better physically. When we're better financially, when we're better physically, we have more energy, we feel better about ourselves, we're more confident, we're stronger, faster, smarter, and more clear up here. It certainly makes it easier for us to make strides in life, make changes, and become somebody better. So let's keep on doing that one extra rep, pushing one bit harder than most people would push. Don't quit right when things get a little bit difficult. There's always glory on the other side of pain. So if you guys want to stay motivated physically and financially, then just come meet me here 6:45 to 8 a.m. Pacific time, live on YouTube, and we'll chat it up. See you guys tomorrow morning. Ciao.